Okay, here's the thing. We're over here at something healthy, but they're at Starbucks in Duarte, so we gotta hightail it to
So
Starbucks
the
in Duarte.
my original meeting place.
Yes,
How
and
did-
the issue would normally be they would just drive over here, but they got dropped off there. So we gotta. Can we go in your car?
Well, I'd have to come back for you then.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I'll follow you over there. Okay, so now we gotta go drive over to Starbucks.
So they went to Starbucks after all.
All right, so I'm headed over to Starbucks right now. We came to something healthy first, but Noah and Grace, they got dropped off at Starbucks. That's okay. So now we're gonna head over to Starbucks. Grace is going to practice her monologue. Okay, Neil Earle went left. I'm gonna go right. See if I can beat him there. Okay, Grace is gonna do a Shakespeare monologue for Neil Earle, which is gonna be exciting. Grace is going to New York University, I think some theater school there, so that's pretty cool. So she's gonna do a monologue for Neil Earle, and Neil Earle is the Shakespeare guy, so he's gonna help her with the monologue or give her some pointers. I'm not exactly sure. So we're going over to Starbucks right now. Okay, on the way to Starbucks, I just realized something. I totally need to clean my windshield because this thing is too dirty. Gotta clean the windshield. Okay, we've arrived at Starbucks. Now, what does Tish stand for again?
Nothing. It's just the name of the guy who invested in it.
Okay.
It's the last name.
Okay.
It's not an acronym for anything specific.
Okay, so what are we doing here? You're going to go over a Shakespeare. Now, Grace, have you met Neil Earle?
I am meeting Neil Earle.
Neil Earle.
Pleasure.
Let me introduce you to Neil Earle.
Thank you.
Neil Earle is he has a show on DC TV. He's had a show for a while. He's also a minister. Where are you a minister at?
Grace Communion International.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and he's an avid Shakespeare fan. You know, so I had the pleasure of going to a couple of his Shakespeare things. One at the Duarte Library, very good. I'd never been to one, so he has a good way of a passion for Shakespeare comes out. So when
a fan, not an expert, I keep saying.
yeah, fan,
awesome.
not an expert.
Chaffee College, a friend of one of my friends, his daughter, they went to Chaffee to take a Shakespeare class. Only 5 students showed up, so they canceled the class and said, I wish I'd have known, I'd have volunteered to go
Yeah.
and teach for free.
Yeah.
I saw those quotes and I recognized,
Yeah, so these are sonnets
You've been assigned the sonnets.
everyone has gotten. Mine is, everyone is different.
102, well that's funny because at UCLA I had to, we had a sonnet playoff. And everybody had to bring a favorite English sonnet. I picked Shakespeare's, I love his life as a summer's day. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
Right.
And I won I said, well, you might as well pick the best,
Popular,
Everybody else,
the one that- yeah.
Shelley and all of that stuff. So, anyway, I really loved English in school. I gravitated to history. That's why I ended up in journalism eventually. So what are you supposed to do with this?
So this sonnet it's sonnet 102. This is a sonnet that we each have to perform. I don't know if it's going to be recorded or if we're just going to have to perform for the whole entire staff.
It's amazing
But-
you wrote 150, right?
I know.
That's how many psalms there are, incidentally.
Wow.
Shakespeare writes 150 sonnets in the midst of all of this output,
Wow.
37 plays, some of it he got help on.
Right. Now I just wanted to ask you before we dive into this sonnet. Shakespeare writes his plays, but he also writes these sonnets.
Yeah.
Now, how is one actor supposed to figure out where this sonnet, the idea of the sonnet, the passion behind the sonnet comes from if there's no climax, storyline?
There's no drama,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's no drama. It's just pure, an emotional moment.
Use
of-
of words.
Yeah.